Hey guys, can you hear me okay? Hi, I'm gonna have to be a bit quiet because my girlfriend is asleep in the next room and I don't want to wake her up with the bass in my voice. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet. But I'm really pleased with how that show went actually. There was a couple of matches like that Ganondorf and Scorpion one was so disappointing. Like seriously. But one disappointing match amongst tons of really good matches. I can't complain that much. And I wasn't really happy with Sabin winning the title. He was like my least favourite to win. I would have either wanted Guile to win so he could just be a heel champion, or Dan just so I could have ended my era with a Triple Crown champion. But sorry, I'm sure there's people that are happy with Sabin. All two of you. But yeah, the chat's going pretty fast, so I will try and answer some questions that you guys have. If you have got a question that you want me to answer, use the use that thing where you can tag my name so it highlights it to make it easier for me to see. Oh, hang on, wait. Where do we get new information on Season 11? That will be next Tuesday, the same VGCW time, same VGCW channel. There's going to be I'm not sure how long the stream's going to be, but the guy who's taken over is going to announce who he is then. And I guess he's going to answer questions and say what he's going to do differently, or yeah, all that stuff. So next Tuesday you should find out. Right. Well, everyone's asking the same question. Did you mean to make people cry because you did? I don't know. It's a bit of a cheesy ending, but you know that's what I go for. Oh, hang on. There's more trout coming through. Let me just type this. I don't want to forget anyone. Right. Who was your favourite GM to write for? It was actually Gabe. I just found him fun because he was so childlike, or at least how I wrote him. And his relationship with Jensen was just fun. I could have written a whole show just about them two. Oh, the chat's moving on its own. Stop it, stop it. What's the longest you've ever spent on a single plot scene? That would be 8 hours. It took 8 hours to make the ending for tonight, and 8 hours to make the cutscene before the final battle. So yeah, 8 hours. Why did the dragons always win? Why did the dragons always win? I'm not sure what that means. Favourite VGCW characters? My favourite characters at the moment are, I think, still the dragons, probably Toad, and I'm going to say Snake. He's always been a favourite of mine. Which of the end games do you feel like was your favourite / best? I don't know actually, because I've got an absolutely shocking memory, so I can't really remember which one was which. Oh, okay, questions are getting flushed away now, so I can't actually see them. Oh dear. Oh god. If I've missed a question, it's not because I'm ignoring it. It's just because it got flushed away. Is it just you leaving or other people too? Just me as far as I'm aware. The other guys are still doing their shows. What's next for you? I'm still going to be around and I'm still going to be active on the forums and Twitter, and I'm probably going to still watch VGCW, but I'm just going to be a humble viewer like the rest of you. Did you get the donation I sent? Yes, I did, Dan. If I didn't thank you, it probably got flushed away, so in that case, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All the questions are getting flushed away. Right, I'm going to scroll down a bit. Did you expect Team Hoss to murder Toad and the crew so badly? I don't think they murdered them so badly. I think that was quite a good match. There was a lot of saves and all sorts going on. But I was really hoping for Zubaz to pin Bazza, because that would have been the best ending. When is Porky debuting? I've wanted him since like season 2 or 3, but it's just difficult to make a good Porky core. So I don't know, you're going to have to ask the new guy that. Honest opinions on Zubaz. I love Zubaz. I think he's great. There will be a new VGCW channel when the new guy takes over, but I think season 11 is going to start on this channel, just as a way to transition people to the new one. So you're going to want to hang around on this channel for now. Why did you throw out Diddy and Ness? Well, funnily enough, Diddy and Ness are the main protagonists of like 2 of my favourite games. So that's probably the reason I put them in VGCW in the first place, but that's not really a good enough reason, because there's not really much I could have done with them. So yeah, they were going nowhere really, so I just wanted to get them out. I don't really have a favourite match, because I can never really pay attention to them the same that you guys will, so I guess I'll find out what my favourite match is in season 11. How are you enjoying Ace Attorney? I'm really enjoying it. I'm only on the 3rd case so far, Turnabout Samurai. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But it's funny though, because if the courtroom cutscene that I wrote for Edgeworth that you saw in today's show, I wrote that after I started playing Ace Attorney, and if I wrote that before, no wait, I made that cutscene before I started playing Ace Attorney, sorry, and if I made it afterwards, I could have wrote Edgeworth a lot better. Like I wish I put in a reference to him not being able to get the witness to say their name. That would have been a nice little touch, but oh well, never mind. I actually kind of rushed that whole scene. If you notice, there weren't really any interaction between him and Phoenix. Phoenix was just there, because I sort of I underestimated just how much time I would need to make Endgame, so I just had to make that scene as quick as possible. So unfortunately it wasn't as good as what I wanted it to be. Man, I'm getting a sore throat. I never usually talk this much. I'm quite a quiet guy. Did you give any orders to your successor? No. My successor is not just running the show, he will be owning it completely. So VGCW, I will have nothing to do with it. Anything he wants to do with VGCW will be completely down to him. He doesn't need my permission or anything. It's completely on him. When you leave, will you please take the waifus with you? I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Oh god, it's moving too quick. Did you ever have plans for the other Legends contract? Yeah, I did actually have plans for Ganondorf to announce that he had received the contract, but because I left it so long to bring him back, it kind of just got forgotten about, so yeah, I kind of fucked up with that one. What's the average donation amount? I'm not sure actually. There's all kinds of different. It varies from anything from like £1 up until about £60. Apart from one annoying guy who keeps sending me 1 penny just so he can insult me in the message. Is there anything you won't let the new guy do with the show? No, because it's not up to me. It's completely up to him. You touched many people's lives in these years. Can you reflect on that? Yeah, it feels good. It's nice to know that I can, you know, invoke different emotions among people. So, yeah, I don't know what to say really. It's good. It's a nice feeling that I can make people happy and angry and sad and suspenseful and all that. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's great. Man, it's moving way too quick. If Adam Jensen beat Nightmare Gabe, will it have had a different ending? No, it would have had the exact same ending. As you saw when the ending cutscene started, they were both trading equal blows to each other, just so that cutscene could have been used for either person. When will you face Choco Nath in Arena? When he decides to not no-sell my promo and like respond? I don't know, whenever. Was the ending of this in-game inspired by Care Bears? No, of course not. God, it's moving too quick. I'm going to have to scroll down. Oh, it's moving too quick. I can't read anything. Sorry, I'm trying. How many Bazza bucks did you get paid to hand over VGCW? None. I gave it over for free, of course. I'm not going to charge for it. I just trust the guy who I handed it over to, and I think he's going to do a good job. I didn't charge him, of course not. What is your biggest regret from your time running VGCW? I'm sure I have some, but at the moment I can't really think of any. Oh god. It's moving too quick. I've definitely had some regrets, but at the moment I can't. I'm drawing a blank. Were you expecting Kanji to wreck everyone? To wreck every match he's been in? Well, actually, I wasn't planning on calling Kanji up at all. What actually happened was I was searching the servers for Sho Minimoto, however you say his name, from The World Ends With You, and I couldn't find a core that worked. It always glitched out. So instead I decided to call Raijin up to the main roster. But the Raijin I've got doesn't have a moveset or an entrance or anything, so I searched the servers for the updated Raijin, but couldn't find him either. So then I settled on Kanji. So yeah, Kanji wasn't actually ever meant to be called up, but I just wanted to bring in someone new from a franchise that I weren't familiar with, just to, you know, please other people. What do you feel was the weakest season you made? Oh, that's easily the Robot Master season. I hated that. I just wanted to get it over and done with. Since the contracts were forged, does that mean Gannon and Mac aren't part-timers? That's up to the new guy. The What If machine didn't get much spotlight outside of the one match and one cutscene establishing it. Was it supposed to have more prevalence than it actually did? It's kind of like the What If machine's kind of like VGCW versus WWE. It's just there for whenever we want to use it. Like I wanted to do a 6-man match between a bunch of like super forms. So I'd be like Pig Ganon versus Nightmare Gabe versus God Kefka versus Margin Vegeta, and just throw them all in a 6-man just for the fun of it. The whole point of the What If machine is just to have matches that is to watch matches that we can't do anymore for whatever reason. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Do you have advice for your successor? Yeah, I already gave him some good advice. Let me see if I can word this right. I told him that Zangief should be louder, angrier, and have access to a time machine. And any time that Zangief isn't on screen, the other wrestlers should be saying, "Where's Zangief?" If there was any old season 1 to 2 wrestler you wish you could have brought back, who would it be? I'm going to say Wesker, just because I like Wesker's music. Oh, the chat's going too quick again. Ugh. Was there actually a core for the Vegeta Nappa fusion? Yes, actually, I made it. I was planning on I can still do it actually. I was planning on streaming an extra match just for the people that stuck around after the Q&A. I was going to do what did I call him? Vejappa? Yeah, Vejappa versus Nightmare Gabe as a extra special what if match. I can still probably do that actually. But I didn't give him a moveset, so he still has Nappa's moveset. Are the fights predetermined? No, they're not. I have no idea who's going to win. It's all luck of the draw. I'm curious why you brought him back while being seemingly against him. Who? I don't know who that is in reference to. Are there any video game characters you wanted on VGCW that you've never got to put in? I think Porky Minch was probably the biggest one. I'm not sure who else. I'm sure there was a whole bunch of characters that I wanted in. Do you want us to all sing a song if we can? Okay. Armstrong or Illidan? I like Armstrong, but I wanted Illidan to win that match just because, you know, I guess kayfabe reasons. You want the face to overcome the heel. But it was still a decent match. Illidan looks really good. He didn't exactly get steamrolled, so I'm okay with the outcome. What happened to WWE vs VGCW? I don't know, I just wasn't interested in it. I just thought if I could put matches on the show, I could probably put something that people care more about than a WWE fight. What will happen to your Baz McMahon character? Probably nothing. I guess he'll just be silently written off. Were there any plot lines you wanted to do that you didn't get a chance to? I was hoping someone would ask that, but yeah, there was a few, and one of them actually was if you guys have paid attention to the fun facts before the show, there was a fun fact I put up about a mysterious note appearing, warning about something, and I wrote at the end of it that I completely forgot who wrote the note. But not long after I put that fun fact up, I actually remembered what it was. And it was actually, the note was from Dr. Eggman, except it was from the Saturday morning cartoon version of Dr. Eggman. After the old Phoenix Wrong saga, Dr. Eggman from the cartoon series had somehow made it into the main VGCW world. Like, he travelled with them without them knowing, and he would have arrived with a scratch and grounder, and he would have been a lot more comedic than the Dr. Eggman that we actually have at the moment. And yeah, that's basically it. Eggman would feud with Dr. Robotnik, but the plan was to have Scratch and Grounder be like destroyed during the plot, but I thought that would piss people off, so I didn't go for it. And I didn't want more alternate dimension storylines going on. I wanted to sort of curb it. There was another one as well that I was ready to tell you guys about, but I can't fucking remember what it was. What the hell was it? My memory's so bad. Did you plan for Dante and Travis to be in a team from the start? Yeah, I did want to eventually reunite them as a team, but you know, I wanted them to feud for a bit first. Were you surprised by at how how over some characters got, like Dante? Yeah, I never in a million years thought Dante would be as over as he is. I thought he'd be hated. Like when I first called him up, I thought, what? Why did I call him? Everyone's going to hate him, but luckily it went well. Was there any plan for Lee Everett? No. It was just a game I played at the time, so I thought I'd chuck him in, but Lee Everett seems like a boring character, so no. Do you regret not doing much with Goemon? I don't think there is much I can do with Goemon. He suffers that that thing that a lot of main protagonists get, in which they don't really have much personality. So there wasn't really much I could do with him. Did you... Oh, excuse me. Did you consider having Bazza the character killed off at your final show? Kind of crossed my mind once, but I thought I didn't want him back. I wanted to put the focus on the actual... I wanted my last show to have all, you know, video game characters. I didn't want it to be about me. That's why I didn't have myself in the show, or I didn't have any story about me leaving or anything. I didn't want to be involved. What we did, me and the guy taking over, we did have the exact same idea, which was we was going to have an arena match. We was going to have a sort of fake argument between each other on Twitter and on the forums, which was one idea, but we never went for that. And the other idea was just to have a an arena match, and the winner would get VGCW. But the problem with that would be if I won and everyone started booing, you know, that would make me feel pretty bad. And if the guy who's taken over won and everyone started booing, that'd be a terrible way for him to start his, you know, VGCW career, for lack of a better word. So it wouldn't have been a very good idea if you think about it that way. Would you stream other games on here in the future? I don't really stream much anymore. Me and Cammy have been playing a lot of Mario 3D World. We've been collecting all the stamps and green stars, and we've got about 270 now. Maybe we'll stream that together. It's quite fun. Who was the caller from Endgame 9? I think it was Snake or Jensen. I'm not sure. Who the caller was at that time wasn't important. What was actually important is what they said. So it didn't really matter who was saying it. And so I never brought it back up. Oh, there was another idea that I wanted to mention that me and Bryn both had at around the same time, but we both decided not to do it. I'm not sure why Bryn decided he didn't want to do it. But the idea was we both wanted to... Oh man, I'm getting really sore throat. We both wanted to have a... What the fuck's the name of the match I'm thinking of? A 3 Stages of Hell match in our show. But the reason we didn't do it was because... Well, the reason I didn't do it was because 3 matches of the same person versus the same person, I think it would get a bit boring to watch and it would last a long time. So I decided against it. I didn't think it'd be a good idea, especially if it'd be on like a pay-per-view show. It'd be 3 matches taking up half of the show, so yeah, I just didn't go for it. Scorpion. Yeah, but that's different. It's Scorpion versus different people. It wasn't Scorpion versus the same person like 3 times in a row. Besides, Scorpion's a draw. When the show is given to a new channel, will you still use this channel to stream your own stuff? Probably. As I said, I don't really stream much anymore. What match type do you wish worked better? Oh, I wish Hell in a Cell worked better, because Hell in a Cell as it is right now is just a normal match with a cage around it. They don't really use it, so it's kind of pointless. Cage matches too. Ever get any comments from wrestlers? No. I imagine like Xavier Woods would probably be into this, but nah, I haven't. Will the new guy be continuing the story, or will he be doing a canon reboot? Well, I left Endgame 10 on a blank slate. There's not really many storylines that can carry on from where I left off, and I wanted to leave it that way so that the new guy can do whatever he wants and not have to carry on what I already did. So it'll be kind of newish, I guess. I mean, everyone will still have the same backstories and history and stuff. Was there ever a character you later had regrets about adding? Probably Sonic the Hedgehog. I think Sonic's kind of boring. I think I just added him because I thought his core was really good, but I've never really been interested in him. What was it like telling What was it like telling Cammy that you run this weird internet video game wrestling show? It was awkward as fuck. I remember telling her, and like I was like showing her like the Twitter page and like some clips from the show, and she did not get it at all. She was like sort of sitting there awkwardly in silence, and I was like, so yeah, this is a thing I do. But eventually she actually got into it, and she really she said a number of times that she's proud of me, which is, yeah, spaghetti, exactly. She said she's really proud of me and she's happy that I was doing it. She enjoyed it. And as I said in a video before, that she was the reason why VGCW went past season 8, because I was going to end it around season 8, and then she told me, no, stay with it, you should carry on, so I did. But yeah, that was spaghetti all over the place. Ugh. Have you ever considered having Red speak? No, I don't want him to speak. That will be up to the new guy if he wants him to or not, though. Do you wish Scorpion had lost the belt sooner? Yeah, I think I like long title reigns, but that was a bit too long for my liking. I actually planned on having him feud with M. Bison. There was a cutscene fucking like a year ago, I guess, where Scorpion was fighting Sagat, and then Bison came in and gave him a spear, interrupting the match. And I was going to have Scorpion be angry about it, that he interrupted his match, and they would feud over it, but it was so long until we lost the title that there was no point bringing that back up. Who is Cammy a mark for? Cammy likes Illidan, but she calls Illidan Dan. So Illidan's her favourite, and her least favourite is Dan, as in Dan Hibiki, because someone already has the name Dan, which is Illidan. So she likes Illidan, who she calls Dan, but she don't like Dan because Illidan's already called Dan. Oh, she likes Octodad. She loves Octodad as well. Any EDBW guys you would have called up? I wanted to call up the Dashing Rogues a long time ago, but I decided to call up what their names, Toe Jam and Earl instead. Not sure why, but at the time, yeah, that's what I did. Have you ever considered making Sonic heel? I did make him heel at one point, I think, but I never really focused too much on it. I just made him a bit of a dick. Why did you end up bringing Sabin back? I've always liked Sabin. I just didn't like the chat counting suplexes. I just don't get how that's fun or funny. But after I found out you can remove all suplexes apart from his finisher, then yeah, that was a good time to bring him back. Oh, excuse me. Are there any limitations in the game itself that have hindered plot lines? Yeah. When you're making a cutscene in the game, you can move the camera around when you're in the arena, but if you do a cutscene backstage, you can't move the camera, and it's a real pain in the ass. There's all kinds of... there's shitloads. I'd have to make a whole video about it to tell you about all that. Why did Tingle get fired? I think people were bored of Tingle, and I didn't think there was much I could do with him. Creative had nothing for him. When's Pepsi Man? Never. Will you try to do anything again in the future if you somehow get a chance to have time to? I don't know if I ever will, but if years down the line the guy taking over VGCW says to me, "Hey, do you want it back?" I'll probably say yeah. Let me give it a go. But I don't know. I can't tell. I can't see into the future, so no idea. I don't know how to answer that. Any regrets about some characters not getting over the hump with the world title? Oh, I really wanted Dan to win tonight. Ending on a triple crown would have been brilliant. Not so bothered about Phoenix, to be honest. I think he's fine where he is. Oh, explain why King said 6 during Endgame 7. Okay. So what I do when I'm making a story is, if I have to string a bunch of cutscenes together, I will make it into a video, and I will cut out all the loading time so it just sort of flows into one video, so it looks like one long cutscene. And if I want to play that cutscene before a match, I would click onto the video file and it would play, and that's what you would see on the screen. But if the story creator wants to load the next match, it will load it while that video is playing. So in order to stop the match from starting, I create a blank cutscene with one single line of text, which is what you saw, the number 6. So when it gets to the end of the cutscene that you're watching, the video, I press the button on the control pad to end that cutscene in the background, which you're not meant to see. So that's I know that sounds confusing, but what you saw with the number 6, that was sort of a placeholder in the background. I'm not sure if that made any sense, but hopefully it did. Thoughts on Professor Layton? I love Professor Layton. He's going places. Why did you end up turning Guile into Massive Heel? Because it worked. I'm not sure if him being an all-American badass would have made it for an interesting face. He'd basically just be Cena. So I decided to make him go heel. Plus it was like, you know, crowd reaction, so it was sort of natural. Have you ever thought about rehiring Kratos? No. Fuck Kratos, he's boring. Why did you cancel Mega Man? Because of main character syndrome, like I mentioned before with other characters. Did you consider bringing back Pyro? I didn't know his core was fixed, but Pyro was always one of my favourites, so I was sad to see him go. Sorry, I'm just scrolling by and trying to read some questions. Did you sometimes be disappointed in the chat/crowd? Any examples? Yeah. Fucking F. Like, press F to pay your respects, that whole thing, anything like that where it's just one letter or one number and it's being spammed, I just think it's ridiculous, and I'm sorry, I just don't see how that's funny or amusing to anyone, but each their own, I suppose. Is there anything you want the audience to do for the new guy? Yeah, give him a chance, because I really do think he's going to be good. What he actually told me his plans were for the next season is, in his words, he said he's going to take it away from the doom and gloomness that I seem to sometimes bring into the show, and he's going to make it a lot more light-hearted and fun and, you know, sort of comedy-based. And I genuinely think that's what VGCW needs after the past season, so I think it's going to be really good. Will you miss us, Bazza? Genuinely, yes, I will. It's really weird. Like it really does feel like an end of an era. I am gonna miss being able to entertain everyone every week and having everyone thank me after the show. I know that sounds a bit vain, maybe, but it's nice to entertain everyone and get all those thanks back at the end. And yeah, I am gonna miss everyone, and I'm still gonna be around, but you know, it's gonna be different. Did you answer the question about who your least favourite wrestler or team was? I think Sonic's probably one of my least favourite, and Mike Hagar, I'm not too fond on him. Segata Sanshiro, I'm not fond on him either. I guess those guys. I do actually need to properly do a thank you sort of announcement or video or something to properly thank everyone that's helped me, or, you know, helped me with VGCW over the past 3 years. I don't want to do it now because I'm so tired and I don't want to miss anyone out and offend anyone, but I will do that properly. I won't say anything yet, but when it gets time to thank people, I want to make sure I try not to miss people, you know. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Was there anyone who didn't make it into the finals of Star Road 2 who you would have liked to have seen in there? Probably Conker. I thought he was a dead cert to get in because his core was so good. I don't remember many of the entrants because, as I said, I've got a shockingly bad memory, but Conker stands out as one of them. Any characters that ended up jobbers that you wanted to see succeed? I guess Ezio. I liked Ezio, but yeah, which is weird because I've never played an Assassin's Creed game for longer than about 5 minutes, but I don't know, I guess I liked Ezio. Have you ever thought about writing a book? I think you're a fantastic writer. Thank you very much, but oh no, that would be dreadful. I think there's a big difference between what I do on VGCW and actually writing a book. I mean, if you like spelling errors on every page, then go ahead, but I really don't think I'd be good at writing a book. Tag teams you wanted to make. I wanted to make Donkey Kong and Kefka a tag team, just because I wanted to have them do skits every few episodes, just silly tongue-in-cheek things like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, Kefka would be standing there and he would say, oh, I don't know, it's time for lunch, let's see what I've got, and he would open his lunchbox and there'd be a shitload of fucking bananas or something, and this, like, the segment would always end up with him yelling Donkey Kong. Then it'd like cut to Donkey Kong's face with like maybe like a laugh track in the background or something, you know, just dumb shit like that. Sorry, I think my mic cut off at the end, but hopefully you got all that. why wasn't Johnny Gat put into Star Road 2? Because I don't find any of the Saints Row characters interesting in the slightest. That's pretty much it. I think Saints Row would be on the list of least likely characters to get into VGCW. Did THQ or 2K ever get in touch with you for any reason? Yeah, a couple of times. They asked me to do videos for them to promote WWE 13 and WWE 2K14 and 2K15, but we couldn't come to terms with how it would be legal with all the characters I use, and they invited me to play WWE 13 and 2K14 before the release. They invited me to like a press conference type thing. So yeah, I've been in touch with them quite a few times before. Favourite newcomer to write for? Zubaz, just because I love writing him as a lovable, neglected guy who just wants to be approved but just comes up short. I love Zubaz. Favourite finisher move? I kind of like the crash landing. I think that's cool. Yeah, that I guess. What happened to the roboticization machine after Endgame 8? We not ever got... Yeah, I left that like that on purpose, just in case I ever wanted to go back to it. Like, maybe in, I don't know, 5 seasons from now, someone could discover it after everyone's forgot about it, and then use it as a one-off on someone. It was just there in case I needed it in future, but I didn't have any plans for it at the moment. Who were some of your favourite characters to write for? I love writing Dan, the Dragons, Gabe Newell, not necessarily Zubaz, but the cutscenes that he's in. I liked writing Airman, which was strange because I really disliked Airman for the entire run he was in for VGCW, right up until I finally figured out a way to give him a personality. Then I enjoyed writing him, but unfortunately that was like a few weeks ago, and now I'm retired. Did you ever think Dan and the Dragons would get over as much as they did when you first put them together? No, I didn't actually. I didn't even plan on keeping them as a stable past the Ring Ranger storyline, but they were pretty popular, so I just kept them. I was actually planning on adding more people to the Pratt stable. Maybe 1 or 2 more people, but after I saw them together in plot scenes, I thought, you know what, that's fine, they actually go well together, so I just left it as that. Favourite storyline I read? I think it was probably the... Who was it? Who was Bowser feuding with? Oh yeah, Sega to Sanshiro and Bowser, that whole thing. Oh, that reminds me of the... Yeah, there was another storyline I was going to talk about that I didn't end up using. That was Bowser and Professor Layton. I was going to have them feud in the next season if I was going to do it. It would be like Bowser would walk down like the hall backstage, and there'd be like a tile on the floor in the shape of Professor Layton's hat, and it would just cut between the tile and Bowser's face as he sort of stares at it confused. Then he would step on the tile and Professor Layton would appear and give him a puzzle to solve, which he would of course fail. And then Bowser would get back at him by Professor Layton stepping on like a chance time tile on the floor. And then Bowser would appear. And then there would be like a sort of roulette dice thing spinning in the air. But then it would backfire against Bowser, so it'd be like Bowser would say something like, haha, all Bowser's titles go to Layton. Then it would cut to Professor Layton, who would then be wearing Bowser's championship round his waist all of a sudden, just as an example. But yeah, that's another thing that I never got to do. But then again, that's a bit ambitious. I don't even know if I could pull that off. Do you have a favourite chat spam? I guess hey, when Barrett comes out. I don't have a problem with that. There are a few, but I'm tired and I can't really think of them right now. Who was the light switcher offer? That was Adam Jensen. But I think I abandoned that storyline. I can't remember why. I think it was because they was having too much plot at the time. But yeah, it was Jensen. Did you intend on Gabe and Jensen becoming a tag team? No. That was entirely because of the chat. It was, yeah, everyone in the chat and on the forums was saying, oh, they're a tag team now. And I was saying to them, no, they're not. There was just a one-off thing. They're not a tag team. So I sort of, the relationship I had with the fans at that time, I incorporated that into the story, and that's how the whole thing started. Why do you hate dads so much? I don't hate dads, I just hate... well, hate's a strong word. I just dislike people coming up with bad reasons for people to be a team, like two people both being dads. You might as well put two people in a team because they both have the same colour hair. I think it's just a lazy reason for people to be a team. Did you ever consider doing live commentary for matches instead of King and Cole? It did cross my mind a few times, but I don't think the chat would like it, so no, I never went for it. I never even tried it or pursued it at all. But I think if two people had enough charisma and they could pull it off, and they had enough chemistry between each other, then I think it could work quite well. But I'm definitely not the person to do that. Did you talk to Random about entering him in season 3 or 4's intro? Mega Ran actually asked me if he could be in VGCW. I think someone linked him to a video of Barrett Wallace's entrance where he uses Mega Ran's song. So Mega Ran tweeted me just saying, hey, this is cool, can I be a special guest referee or something? So I just did it. I'm not sure if he tweeted me or he private messaged me, but yeah, he asked, so I put him in. Did you ever think the practice would last longer than any other tag team? They were here from nearly the very start and have always been hype. The plan for the practice for me was I was always going to keep them together no matter what. Even if every other tag team had disbanded, the practice would be a team that they would always just be together. Well, who was your favourite Zero to Hero story in VGCW? I guess Dan Hibiki. I'm a big Dan Hibiki mark. So yeah, him. Why did you keep the Saiyans when every other non-video got dropped? I don't know. I like the Saiyans. A lot of people like them. I guess it's up to the new guy if he wants to phase them out, but I think they have too many fans, so just get rid of them. Can you pull back the curtain on the settings? I've thought about it, but no. I don't want to ruin things for the new guy. And I don't want to sort of ruin everything that I've done for the past 3 years, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Oh, another email. A moment. There we go. How does it feel that people actually feel bummed when Illidan loses now compared to when he first introduced? Do you know what? I think that was actually the biggest accomplishment I did in VGCW, was successfully turning Illidan face. Like, there was people cheering for Illidan over Armstrong during their match, and Armstrong's someone that people have wanted in for a long time. And the fact that I somehow managed people to cheer Illidan over him shows that I did something right on some level. So I was really happy about how some people responded to that. I guess that's one of my best achievements, I suppose. What's your favourite video game series, and do you think it got suitable representation? I don't know about series, but my favourite video game is Donkey Kong Country 2. So since I fired Diddy for no reason, no, I don't think I did give him suitable representation. Oh man, I'm tired. It's really bad that I decided to do this Q&A this late, because I had loads of things that I wanted to talk about. I had loads of ideas, but right now it's all gone. Did you dislike the Mega Ran Sabin theme? I actually liked the Sabin rap. I remember I sent a link to Phoenix Cross a long time ago, and I was like, oh, listen to this, everyone in the chat's gonna love this when Sabin comes back. But I was blown away when everyone hated it. I was like, wow, really? I thought you guys would love this, but I guess that's why everyone has their own taste and opinions. Have you ever thought about calling up Demo Man after Pyro retired? No, just because I didn't want to keep bringing in Team Fortress 2 characters. But then again, as I keep saying, new guy next season, maybe he'll bring him up. You never know. Why did your plots always end up going kinda nuts with the super forms and all? Was it just your way of taking the outrageous 90s wrestling plots to a video game-like setting? Yeah, kind of, and you're not going to see these sort of storylines in any other wrestling promotion. So it's a good, it'd be a good idea to take advantage of that. You're not going to get these storylines anywhere else. How do you feel knowing that you probably convinced tons of people to start watching actual wrestling? I am very, very sorry. Please forgive me. Did Cammy ever influence any of the plots you made, directly or indirectly? Now, Cammy doesn't really get involved in VGCW much. She, I don't think she could name more than 5 characters, and she certainly doesn't have a clue about any of the storylines. I mean, she likes that I do it, but she doesn't. She's not really interested in it. It's not her cup of tea. Who did you... Oh, excuse me. Apologise. Who did you want Scorpion to lose to out of his challengers? I wanted Snake to beat him, just because that match was so good, and that would have been a perfect way for his title's reign to end. But, this game does let us have nice things. Did you vote for K. Rool in the Smash ballot? Yes, I did. What's your favourite thing to come out of the fandom? Be it chat creation, forum creation, or Twitter? It's going to sound really sort of corny, but I think my favourite thing is... it's going to sound so bad and pretentious, but it's the... I almost don't want to say it. It's kind of the friendships that have formed because of my show. People that would never have met if it had not been for VGCW, who are now friends now and will probably be friends for many years. I know that sounds a really bad thing to say, and it makes it sound like I'm really up myself, but I don't mean it in that way. It's just sort of a good feeling to know. When do you and Cammy get married, and where do we send the gifts? Well, you guys can hopefully be seeing a tweet from me along the lines of text saying, she said yes, hooray, within the next, I don't know, maybe half a year or so. So, I don't know, we'll see. What's your favourite looking core in 2K14? Even though I'm not a fan of the series, I think the heavy weapons guy, just because it sounds almost, sorry, it looks almost identical to its actual model. Was it always planned for Nappa to cash in at Challenge Tower, or was it? Yeah, it was a last resort. I never wanted Scorpion to lose on cash in. I wanted him to lose clean to someone, but it was just taking too long, and it would have damaged VGCW if I let it go on any longer. So that's why Nappa took so long to cash in, because I was waiting for Scorpion to lose it so Nappa could cash in on the next person, but I had no choice. I just had to make that tough call, I guess. Who's my favourite actual wrestler? I don't know, actually. I think Adrian Neville. Yeah, he's pretty good. Neville. Do you think you'll still do the Super Vorms and the Venappa match tonight, or maybe leave that? Do you know what? I am getting really tired, so let me have a look. Alright, sod it. I'll do Venappa versus Nightmare Gabe, and then I will go to bed because I am very tired, and I'm not giving very interesting answers to these questions while I'm this tired. I apologise. So let's have this little fight. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, as I said, I've not given Venappa a moveset or entrance or anything like that, so don't expect amazing things. Oh, it would help if I plugged in the capture card. There it is. Right, let's set this shit up. Damn, is this really what I'm going to have as my last match? Fucking original content versus original content. Welp. Get ready for an OC fight. Fucking Deviant Art Championship Wrestling. Alright guys, sit tight. It takes a long time for this shit to get set up. Oh, let's mute that. Fucking gonna get bollocking if I wake her up. Right. Play. What match type should we have this? And don't fucking say Iron Man match, don't push your luck. Hell in a Cell. Oh, alright, Hell in a Cell it is. Right, Hell in a Cell. Where is he? Did I make him? I'm sure I did. Where is he? Where the fuck are you? I definitely made you. Oh, there you are. Come on, Raya. There you are. Special ref? God damn it. You just fucking... Ugh, I spent ages finding these... Right, fine, special ref. God damn. Where is special ref? I'm not even sure if you can have special ref Hell in a Cell. Oh, you can. Okay, fine. Right. Where are ya? I hate this character select screen, it's the worst fucking invention ever. What the fuck? Where are you? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There you are. Right, slow, off, pin only, full scan anywhere on, I suppose. There we go. One final match just for you special people who stay to chat with me. Shit. Where is it?
The following contest is a special referee match. Please welcome the special referee for this match. From Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 248 pounds, Mr. McMahon. Participants first. From Seattle, Washington, Nightmare Gabe.
I'm missing the song that I wanted to use. I'll find it somewhere else. Fuck everything. The Bad Barbarian. God, that's awful. I actually edited, it's an edit of Nappa, obviously with Vegeta's hair added to it, but I also gave him Vegeta's nose and mouth and eyes, I think. So yeah, it still has Nappa's entrance and moveset. I can upload this character if you guys want. Can't imagine anyone really wanting Venappa. I mean, everyone keeps pronouncing and spelling his name wrong for a start. Also, while I have a mic, I might as well, it's kind of hard to express how grateful I am over text, like when I type thank you for donations that I receive. And I'm the same way in real life, I guess. Like whenever I receive a gift off someone, I find it hard to express gratitude and sort of sound genuine about it. Even if I am being genuine, I always feel that I don't sound like I am. But yeah, I would like to take the opportunity to thank everyone who has donated to me, because I do really appreciate that. The amount of generosity that you guys have shown me is actually astonishing. There's going to be a lot of offense in this match. Then he takes him down with a toss. A shot kick. Oh god, we're gaining viewers. No, it's going to be going down. This is actually more viewers than I had in the typical VGCW show over the last season. This is going to be like the cool down moment. I don't want this to be the final memory of VGCW, fucking original the character versus edgy original the character. This isn't canon. Let's put an overlay on that. And add title. Not canon. Go home. There we go.
Damage done there. He wasted no. There's a kick out by the Nightmare. These are great competitors, great, tremendous gladiators here at WWE.
yeah, I'm going to bed after this match because it's 4 o'clock in the morning right now in America, in England. So unless I plan on making chocolate pudding, I have to go to bed. The sun is coming up. Jesus, it's getting light outside. I'm not Stu. Oh. What's that on? I'm not even paying attention to this match. It's pretty much what I usually do when streaming. Will you do a Q&A when you're not tired? I'll probably do a text Q&A on the forums or something, so it means a lot. There was a point when I was such a jerk in the chat that you called me out. That hit home for me. Well, I'm not exactly perfect myself, Salvador. I'm pretty much an arsehole a lot of the time, which I'm not proud of. So yeah, I'm a dick as well. Gabe winning. Oh, he's going for the pin. Oh, the chopper. Oh. The Jeppa sounds like some sort of vaginal cream that ladies need. Hey Belmont. Let me have the Jeppa for Arena. Yeah, you can have the Jeppa if you want him. I'll upload him tomorrow, so if wants him can grab him. Can we have one last Ryan time? Why not? Let's have a Ryan time. Oh yeah, I also made Venappa the halfway point between Nappa's height and Vegeta's height. So he's shorter than Venappa, he's shorter than Vegeta. Oh, fucking hell. He's shorter than Nappa, but taller than Vegeta. Oh shit, no, that was steam press or whatever it's called. It's over. Fucking nightmare. Getting lost at least once. Oh shit. Okay, this one's gonna end it. Reverse it. Oh, you fucking useless. Oh, that's it then. Fuck you. Ah. There is never a timeline where he loses.
Here is your winner.
Fucking rigged. Rigged bullshit.
An emotional victory here tonight.
Man, oh man, what a battle!
What a way to end this night of WWE action.
Phoenix Cross is so angry. Oh, I love you, Phoenix. Oh, you can get Cell Face. You can get Nightmare Cell Face. Everyone should have this as their avatar just to piss off Phoenix. Right, that's me done, guys. I'm going to bed. And thank you for joining me for my last ever VGCW. And look good. Look forward to season 11. And give the new guy a chance because it's going to be good. So see you guys. I love you all. Good night.